Now we're going to work with some repeating decimals and changing those to fractions. So we're kind of looking at them similar to how we looked at the other decimals to fractions, and that we need to know how many places to the right of the decimal that are repeating. So since 0.4 with the repeating sign, since this has one place behind the decimal, I need 1 0 whenever I'm creating a multiple. So I'm going to say my original number, or this value for x, is equal to 0.14, which really is the same thing as 0.444, and it continues to go. Okay, because I have the one place value, I need to multiply this number by a 10. So I'm going to multiply 10x. Again, if I have one number that repeats, then I need 1 0 in my multiple. So I'm going to multiply this original number by 10. Whenever I multiply the original number by 10, all it does is move that decimal place one place value. So multiplying by 10 gives me 4.4444, and it continues to repeat forever. You will always subtract 1x. So we're going to minus 1x over here. And that 1x, again, our original number. So minusing that 1x is 0.4444. Those are some nasty looking 4s, but there we go. So we're going to perform that operation, and we have 4 minus 4 is 0, 4 minus 4 is 0, 4 minus 4 is 0, 4 minus 4, also 0. So these cancel out. And now we have 4 minus 0, which is a 4. And we have 10 minus the 1. 10 minus 1 is 9. So we have 9x. Solving that, divide both sides by a 9. Oops, divide by 9, divide by 9. So our fraction value is 4/9. 4/9 is the exact same thing as 0.4 repeating. Let's try it again with one that's a little bit larger. So now our repeating decimal is 0.56. It's the 5/6 that repeats over and over, which means it's 0.565656, and keeps going on like that. So again, I'm calling this x. Because we have two places that repeat, I need 2 zeros in my multiplier. So I am taking my original number and I am multiplying it by a 100 because I need the 2 zeros. So 100x will equal, multiplying a number by 100 moves it over 2 place values. So instead of 0.56, moves it over 2 place values, and now it is 56.565656. And just like the last time, we always subtract one of our original numbers, or 1x. And again, our original number, looking right here, this is our original number that we're going to subtract. So we're subtracting 0.565656, and it will keep going on forever. Once we subtract that, these cancel, these cancel, these cancel. They become 0, those become 0, those become 0. We now have 56 minus 0, which is 56, will equal, we have 100 minus 1. 100 minus 1 is 99. So we now have 99x equals that 56. We're solving, so what should mean we would divide both sides by that number, divide by 99, and our value is x equals 56 over 99. 56 over 99 is the same as 0.56 repeating. Now we have one that's a little bit different. For this repeating decimal, this is 0.17, and it's only the 7 that repeats. So this is going to require a little bit more of a calculation. Same start though, because we have only one decimal place that repeats. that means we're only multiplying by 10. So this decimal is actually equivalent to 0.17777 and repeating. So that is our x value. So again, one decimal place repeats means we only need 1 0 in our multiplier. So 1 and a 0, so 10x will equal, again, multiplying by 10 moves it over one place value. So multiplying it by 10, this becomes 1.7777 and continues to go on there. Still the same, always subtract 1x, so minus 1x. And again, our 1x value is 0.1777. Keep going on. Subtracting, 7 minus 7 is 0, 7 minus 7 is 0, 7 minus 7 is 0. But now we have 7 minus 1. So 7 minus 1 is a 6. We have a decimal place, and 1 minus the 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. This now equals the 10 minus 1, which is a 9. So we have 9x equals 1.6. We're solving, so we're dividing both sides by 9. And we end up with x equals 1.6 over 9, but we're not allowed to have a decimal and a fraction. We got to get rid of this little decimal right here. To get rid of that decimal, we're moving it a place value. To move a place value, we're just multiplying by 10. So we're going to multiply both the top and the bottom by 10. 1.6 times 10 is now 16. 9 times the 10 is a 90. So we have 16 over 90, but this 16 over 90 is not reduced. We can divide by 2 still out of both of those. So if we divide 16 by 2, we get an 8. We divide 90 by 2, we get a 45. So our final answer is 8/45 is equal to 0.17 repeating.